Hi everybody, Judy Tuttle here. Nice to have you. Thanks for joining me. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midland, Texas, and I have some awesome projects for you today. So today's projects are part of the craft along that people could buy ahead of time. All the product, the paper, the PDF, everything. I'll show you all of that in just a second. To craft along with me this week, 6 projects, actually 7 projects, 2 each of 3 card designs and a little, what do I want to say, 3D little item that they could make as well. So I love these cards. I had some in person come to my house on Friday night and we crafted together, and one of the ladies said, in 20 years this is my favorite card I've ever made. So I hope you feel the same way after you see all of our projects today. Let me pull up my comments window because, hi Laura, there you are. My comments window wasn't up on my screen, so I couldn't see you say hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, I have just a few things that I need to chat with you about. It's the last day of June, right? June the 30th, and that means that the BOGO sale will go away tomorrow. So the all sweets and sweet products BOGO sale means if you add a sweet to your shopping cart and then you add another sweet to your shopping cart, the sweet that is the lowest possible value will be discounted at 50%. But you can also add, hi Brenda, you can also add sweet products as well. Okay, so last night I was placing an order for some products that I need for an upcoming event, and I didn't even realize they were sweet products. And so I got a whole bunch of them at 50% off, which was super fun. So we're going, take advantage of that sale. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, and today is the last day. If you need help with placing your order, I can help you get the most bang for your buck, okay? So let me know, and I would be happy to help you, but that ends tonight. So get on that if there's some sweets that you want. Next, I have a coneflower celebration class coming up on July the 19th. This is a mega class, and every time I say a mega class, it means like eight cards, 2 each of 4 designs is what we have planned for you. It'll be on July the 19th at 2:30, but you can also get it to go, and you also can get a PDF only if you want to as well. Those options will be in the registration link, and I will put that in the description after this video is over. The cost is $40 or free with a $45 purchase. And I give you everything you need to make your 8 cards, your little make and take packet. So think about taking the coneflower celebration card. And then if you're part of my email list, you probably got the email about this. Let me get rid of the coneflowers. We are having a huge craft along at the end of this month. Tractor Tidings and Holiday Cheer Craft Along. This is going to be our July. I have partnered with Kim Allen, Jen Chow, and Monica Gabberty, and we've put together for you a huge craft along. We're going to use the Tractor and Company bundle that will be released tomorrow to all customers, and the Holly Jolly bundle that will be released tomorrow as well. 8 projects, over $45 of product is included in this craft along event. You can add on the bundles if you like, or if you already have them or planning on getting them yourself, then you can buy them on your own. So that was just released today. It will be advertised for the next 2 weeks, okay? So I'll put a link to that up in the description as well. And today's the last day to case through the catalog with me. I'll be back later this afternoon with my last casing the catalog project to show you in person. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed it because I have used things that I hadn't used for a long time and done some techniques that I had forgotten about. So I hope you have enjoyed that as well. Okay, so let me take all of these things off of here. And I want to show you there are a bunch of new online exclusives that are being released tomorrow. And I want to show you the ones that I bought. Okay, so let me go to my hands here. First of all, this is my favorite one. This is called Painterly Pears is the name of the suite. Okay, and here's the stamp set and dies. You get some awesome detailed dies. You get the pears that also cut out the DSP. The DSP is the star of the show. It also comes with ribbon and embellishments that are beautiful. But I wanted to open up this DSP for you and show you. And of course, I will be having a class on this in the near future, but you can order this tomorrow. So look at how beautiful these papers are. So there's one. And then you get the secret C on the back. Okay. Here's a great one that you can use for scrapbooking, or you can cut these pieces up and do lots of fun things with these border pieces. And then the back side is peach pie and calypso coral on that one. And then this one, the dies, you guys, cut out these pears, okay? So you can use these dies. This one here will cut out the doubles. This will cut out the pear, and this will cut out the leaf. So if you want to just cut your images out of the DSP, you could do that as well, okay? And then look at this one. Oh, that is so pretty. I love all these colors together. Isn't that gorgeous? What is the back side of this one? So the back side of this one was a leafy pattern. The back side of this one looks like Darling Duckling. And then this all kind of has 70s vibes to me too. Wallpaper, right? Do you remember when we used to wallpaper everything? So pretty. That's the Darling Duckling Secret C. You get some cloud cover in there, some pinks. I'll tell you what the names of all of them are. And then some sprigs with some Darling Duckling on it there. And then this one is beautiful too with calypso coral, Darling Duckling, some greens. Looks like basic beige in the background of that one. So let's see what colors it says are in this DSP. Basic beige, Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Secret Sea. So I would say even more than that, right? There's lots of beautiful colors in there. So this is going to be available tomorrow in the online exclusives part of my store. Okay. Then let me pull these things up here. We have a new trick or treat bundle. And so we have, it's called Spooky Halloween. And these are the dies. You get a haunted house, a little ticket with a bat. Obviously, all the images have a little die that cuts them out and a little wrought iron fence to go with it. Cute little images. There's gift bags that coordinate with this. And this paper is designed for both gift giving, card making, and scrapbooking. So let me pull these pieces out of here. I showed this to my ladies Friday night and they loved it. So obviously you get those panels that they're doing a lot, right? You get some petunia pop on the background. You get some candy and kind of a black, kind of scary design there. You get the windows with the cats and the bats and things. And the back side of that is just a really light brush of pumpkin pie on there. Then you get these tags, and you're like, wow, that's a lot of tags. Well, part of this suite comes some gift bags that you can put candy in, and the tags will go perfectly with that. Here's a picture of some of the little critters. And last but not least, they have some die cut images that you can use on tags as well. Super fast and easy to make little gifts for your kids' classroom or teachers or grandkids, neighborhood kids, whatever you want. I love this little spotted bear with the princess and the hippo that's a little mummy. Super cute designs. Not so spooky, okay? They call it spooky Halloween, but give me a break. These are not really spooky. So that is a new suite that'll be coming out tomorrow. And then there's a standalone stamp set that coordinates with our jar punch that we already have. Hi, Amy. I'm showing them some of the new online exclusives that'll be available tomorrow. So Jar of Joy coordinates with the jar punch. You remember a couple of weeks ago we did an online class to go using the jar of love. What's it called? Jar of something. Let me see. Jar. Huh, I'm not seeing it right now. Anyway, we have the punch. Now they've come out with this Christmas one that has gingerbread men and the snowmen and some ornaments with some Christmas sayings. So I'll be using this soon in the future. Now, our craft along event. This is the new bundle that we'll be using, Holly Jolly. Look at all those great sentiments there, right? It's mostly a sentiment set, but you get a hybrid embossing folder with dies with this bundle. You guys, these cards made with this hybrid embossing folder and the dies is just gorgeous. So this is a Holly design, and then the dies have the holly and some great labels, joy, some other things. But this, since it's a hybrid embossing folder, this piece will fit inside that embossing folder, and you can die cut and emboss at once. And it is sweet jars. You think it's called sweet jars? It might be called sweet jars. Usually I have it sitting right here in alphabetical order, but I'm not seeing it. You know, all my plans of being organized sometimes go out the window when I come on live. I don't know how that happens. So anyway, so this is one of the bundles we're going to be using in our craft along, the Holly Jolly, the Jolly Holly, not Holly Jolly, Jolly Holly. The other one I don't want you to miss because some people told me, oh, I didn't really see Tractor and Company, but you get seasons, you get the pumpkins, you get the Christmas trees, you get cornfields, you get cute little bird, a banner, some cute sayings, the tractor and the trailer, some great wheels and some hay. So I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of a couple of the cards that we will be doing. So this is one of them. And I designed this card so that when you open it, it looks like it's pulling that trailer through the cornfield. Isn't that cute? And it says, thanks for pulling me through. I love that. Don't we all need friends that pull us through? And then here's another one I designed, but obviously you're going to have 4 projects, okay? So this one, hey, 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 it's your birthday. This is the new, this designer series paper is called Need for Tweed, and it's so fun. So think about taking our craft along with us. Those are the 2 new bundles we're going to use. I just really want to quickly show you this tweed paper. So very Christmassy, right? It's cute, Amy. At first, I thought, oh, I don't know. But let me tell you, Amy, I showed it to my ladies that were in person on Friday night, and they freaked out over that tractor. They thought it was the cutest thing. So, there you go, right? And this bundle is a little different in that, I mean, this designer series paper, you get more than 2 sheets of each design, okay? I think you get 3 of each design. So here's the tweedy sides, along with this one right here, okay? Need for Tweed. And then you flip it over. Let me flip it over. and you get more tweed designs. I really like this subtle basic beige one too. Um, and gosh, this looks like a couch I had in my parents' house when I was growing up. So fun tweed, lots of texture feels and all of this. You would get a half a pack of this in the craft along. So there's two bundles we're using, Tractor and Company and the Jolly Holly. In both of them, you get a half a pack of DSP. You get a whole roll of ribbon. You get a whole package of embellishments. You get over $45 worth of product. So I just started announcing that today. I'll put the registration link up in the description. And you have till July the 16th to pre-order your craft along kit and get it in the mail. Okay? So there you go. All right. So who's ready to tuddle up and start crafting? I am. All right. So I usually do my craft alongs, as you guys know, in one day. I usually just get them all done all at once. But these cards for the Notes and Totes have so many tiny little pieces, and it takes a little longer. I didn't want to be here for 2.5 hours, so I'm going to do 2 of them today. Not that it will really take that long, so don't freak out. 2 of them today and 2 of them tomorrow, okay? So this is our first card for today. How cute is this? Newsflash, you're fabulous. So this bundle comes with this stamp set, which, you know, at face value looks kind of plain, right? Like, what's so great about that? It coordinates so beautifully with all of these dies. Look at all these dies that come in the Notes and Totes kit. I love that you get a water bottle, a scarf, sunglasses, starfish, lotion, seashell, right? Different ways to decorate your bag, a little tag, a fence line, a newspaper, a pocket. I mean, it is loaded with all the awesome things, okay? Now, when people got their craft along kit, this is what it looks like. So they got 2 each of the cards that we're making and 1 of the 3D product. They get a whole pack of those baker's twine, the essential baker's twine pack. They got a whole package of the neutral matte dots. They got a half a package of the Brights Designer Series paper. We're going to use a lot of those. There's another package of embellishments there. So I have, as you can see, a whole nother kit just ready to go. So if you're interested in getting this, you can place an order of $50 or more in my online store, and I will pass this along to you, okay? So you also get a full color PDF of all the instructions, okay? So think about taking a part of my craft alongs, because we really tried to spoil you quite a bit, okay? So here's our first card for today. Let me grab my stuff here. And I will put this together with you, okay? All right. Here we go. And there's lots of little pieces, so I had to keep telling my ladies, be careful with all your little pieces. So I've already done some die cutting. I've got my bottle top. I've got my bottle. So this is peach pie. My bottle top is pumpkin pie. I have my scarf. I have my sun lotion bottle. I have a couple of starfish. I have a seashell. I have my parts for my bag here to make it into a bag. I have a fence line that I'm going to use here in just a second. So I'm kind of putting all these parts right up here. And then some panels for the front of my card and the inside of my card. Okay, so this is a panel of crumb cake that I scored with the Soft Waves embossing folder here. Soft Waves. I cut it 4 4 by 5 1/4, and then I just took my scissors and just followed one of those curvy lines and just cut it into 2 parts, okay? Can the craft along be purchased separately? Do you mean the Jolly Holly separate from the tractor? If that's what you mean, not at this time. I would say not at this time. Okay, we are doing the class with the 2 bundles together. At some point, I might separate them out. Okay, all right. So I've got my basic white here. I've got a brush, blending brush, and I'm gonna grab my Calypso Coral ink pad, and I am going to ink this up. And anytime you're blending ink onto the back of a piece of paper, you always want to start off the paper and bring it into with a swirly motion like this. Okay, so ink it up off the page, swirly motion here. Ink it up, swirly motion here. Okay, there we go. That's just to give a little sky, little beachy sky to our background. And then before I put this away, I'm up here in this corner gonna add some water droplets like the ocean is splashing behind us there. Okay, all right. Put my Coastal Cabana away. Next, I've got my fence line here. Okay, so I'm going to add, we're going to use a lot of liquid glue because we're going to have, oh, the one that I'm doing now. Yes, Debbie, you can. I have 1 full kit left. If you will PM me your email, I would be happy to get that out to you. Okay, I don't always have an extra kit, but this time I did cut some extra. So okay, so I'm taking my fence line here and I will putting them flush with the top of this card base, about maybe 1/4 of an inch apart from each other. Okay, so I'm just adding liquid glue to the back and putting it on there. And then I want this crossbar to go across here, but I don't really need the whole piece. I just need a part of it. So I'm going to cut about 1.25 inches off, okay? And that was a very rough estimate there. And then my crossbar is going to go right like this, okay? All right. Then I'm going to choose one of these sand pieces here, okay? And I'm going to attach it right to the bottom of my card right there. So it looks like all of that stuff is peeking out from the top, okay? So I'm going to add some liquid glue to this. So I know that those of you who got the kits to go, not all your parts were cut for you. I give you, right, all the pieces that you need and everything, and that's part of the craft along experience. So if I'm going too fast for you, know that you can replay this and start and stop it as you need to. Okay, but you have all the PDF there with all the instructions. Okay, there we go. So there's my little sand there at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to put this aside for the inside of the card. Now I'm going to add a couple of my starfish here. So one of my starfish is going to go kind of over against this edge over here. There we go. And another one is going to get tucked back in here, right like that by my fence line. Okay, cute. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping here. I'm going to stamp on these 3 pieces. My scarf made out of melon mambo, my suntan lotion made out of lemon lolly, and then my water bottle made out of peach pie. Okay, so let's get some stamping going. I've got a sunshine for my lotion, and I'm going to stamp it. I almost picked the wrong one. Okay, let me go ahead and stamp my water bottle here. And I'm using this big hibiscus flower, and I'm going right like that and going right like that. Okay, then at the top of this water bottle, I've already cut a little pumpkin pie lid for the top, and I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue right here. Okay, there we go. So cute, right? Little swig bottle, or I don't know. There's so many cool water bottles out there these days. Okay, so there's my water bottle. And then I'm going to put my pumpkin pie away. I have a lemon lolly for my lotion bottle, but I'm going to add a sun and daffodil delight. So it's going to go right kind of off center a little bit, right like that. And then I'm going to do my scarf here in melon mambo. I think I'd rather be at the beach than anywhere else in the world. I should say, I'd rather be at the beach with my family than anywhere else in the world. I love the beach. I love the mountains too, but honestly, if you gave me a choice, I'd always choose the beach over the mountains. That's how much I love it. Okay, we're done with our stamping. So, next thing I need to do is put my little bag together. So cute. So there are score lines on this bag. There's a skinny one on the end here, then another one, a skinny one on the end here, another one, and then a base to my bag. And this had a little phalange thing that let me show you. See this little piece right here? It's supposed to help you put it together when you're making it into a 3D bag, but I cut it off because I knew I didn't need that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add liquid glue to the bottom right here along that bottom edge. I'm going to kind of fold it in, add some glue right there, and then these little teeny skinny sides, I'm going to fold them in as well. Add a little liquid glue to each side, and darn it, I probably should have put on my pieces first. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my, I can open it up. I can still do it. It won't stick to my paper. Okay, so I really should have put these pieces on first. I was getting a little carried away there, okay? So this is these little front seam parts are gonna go right here on the front of my bag. Put one right there. I'm gonna kind of eyeball where my handle's gonna go and kind of eyeball where I want the other one to go. It's pretty forgiving, that handle. Even if you get them like a little too far apart or a little too close, it will be fine. Okay, so I'm putting these 2 pieces on the bag right there. I'm going to put my handle right here. Do you see what I mean? You want it to kind of go under these corners of the handle, but I only want to put glue on the bottom edge of this handle to make this bag. There we go. And one last thing is my bottom support here. So this is supposed to kind of look like those Land's End beach bags, you know. I'm sure there's a lot of brands out there. Land's End is the one that I am most familiar with, but they're very popular for going to the beach. And I love that this die set really makes it so that you can make it your own however you want, like with pockets or not, or all the things. Okay, there we go. Now I can put my bag on my bag. I can put my bag on my card front. So I'm going to add a little glue here again on the sides. It's held up pretty well, and then on the bottom. So I'm going to fold these pieces all in. Cut my little excess off right there. Okay, all these pieces kind of go in, and I'm just going to lay my bag right there on the front of my card. And now see, I have this little pocket right here, so I can add things in the bag if I want to or not. I can do it either way. I'm just going to hold this in place just a second so that everything secures really well. Okay, then this is called a bag scarf. It's going to go right here onto the handle of my bag. How cute is this, you guys? Oh my goodness, I love this so much. Okay, next I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of all these pieces and my Flirty Flamingo seashell. So I could sit on a beach all my life. I really could. I told Jim, in the off chance we ever win the lottery without playing it, I would love a beach house. Which is pretty impossible, right? We don't really play the lottery, but if I won $1 million somehow, I would want to get a beach house and live on the side and have enough room for all my family, right? Not that they would want to live there with us. I'm pretty positive. So, okay, so this is going to go right here next to my little starfish. It's going to be peeking out, and then my water bottle is going to overlap just a bit here. Like that. And then my seashell is going to go down here in the bottom corner, like that. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I should have a, let's see if I can find it right here. One of the die cuts is this little newspaper. I don't know if you can see it. It has like a newspaper edge on this side. It's kind of hard to see on camera. I'm trying to see if I can find a way to help you see it a little bit better, but it's not going to cooperate with me. I've got a stamp here that I'm going to stamp in Memento black ink, and it says, "Newsflash, you're fabulous." And I'm going to stamp that right at the top of my newspaper here. There we go. And then this is going to tuck right into my bag right there. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I need to put, what do I want to put behind this? Dimensional, maybe. So the front peeking out from our little bag is going to say, "Newsflash, you're fabulous." How cute is that? I'm going to attach this to my card front here. Cute, cute, cute. And I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of this here. And there we go. How cute is that? Okay. let's do the inside and then I will add my embellishments. So for the inside, super simple. I'm just going to add the other half of that sand to the bottom, but first I'm going to use my Coastal Cabana ink again and stamp at the top, relax and enjoy. So I would give this to a friend who's going to the beach on vacation or retiring or whatever, and add a little gift to go with it. There we go. Relax and enjoy. I'm going to add my liquid glue to my sand here. And it's going to go at the bottom of the inside of this card. So earlier this year, Jim and I, just for a getaway, flew to Destin, Florida, which is really Miramar Beach is where we go, which is between Destin and the Panama City. And we just love it there. We went in February. It was a little cool, but still could relax and sit on the beach. And we had the best time. So the beach is my favorite getaway for sure. The next incentive trip that Stampin' Up! Is taking us on is in Alaska, an Alaskan cruise. And I'm not going to complain, but when I cruise, I like to be warm. Probably won't be any sitting out on the deck on that trip. So, okay, so relax and enjoy. This is going to go right on the inside here of this card. And then I'm going to add some embellishments and some baker's twine. So that's a pretty hefty card there, isn't it? That here we go. I'm going to put one right here and one down here. And then one kind of up here by this. Add a little pebbles of sand at the bottom there. And then right on top of my scarf, I'm going to grab this kind of crumb cake looking from our Essentials pack that comes with the Craft-A-Long kit. For those who bought it ahead of time and anyone who wants to pick up this extra one that I have here. And I am going to tie a bow with 2 strands of my baker's twine and add it to the front of my bag. Don't need to be quite that big of a bow. There we go. Like that. Let me cut these off. A little bit more on that side. And I'm going to grab my glue dot and add it right there to the front. So that is card number 1 of our Craft-A-Long this time. You guys, how cute is this? Seriously. There would be so many people that just would be so impressed with this card. And inside it says relax and enjoy. So that is our card number 1 for our Craft-A-Long. And let me grab my things for card number 2. I'll move these off to the side here. So what do you think about that one? You can show me some love and some hearts and some likes if you think you like that one. And I really like this next one a lot too. I don't know which one I like the best, but they're both pretty awesome. So let me pull out my pieces here for card number 2. I need that. I need that. I need my sunglasses here with a suntan lotion bottle. I need a starfish. And 2 of them. There we go. And then my fence line here. So 1, 2, 3. I cut a bunch of extras, so I would have some extras on hand if I needed it. Okay, I need this skinny one out there. And maybe this little piece right here. And maybe the lid to my water bottle. Oops, I just threw that right across the room there. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is card number 2. I used the arches. How fun is that? Isn't that cute? And I used silver foil this time for the lid on my bottle and for my sunglasses. Just a note, I used a whitewashed fence instead, and then just a little simple inside. Okay, so we start with a Flirty Flamingo card base. Let me put these pieces all away that I don't need. And I probably should, before I forget, clean off all the stamps that I used here. So look at all these pieces. Oh my goodness. Crazy, right? Lots of embellishments and fun things. Okay, I'm going to clean this off to get everything ready to go for the next card. So, of the online exclusives that I showed you when this video started, which one really appeals to you the most? If I had to choose my number one, I think it would be the pears, right? As far as a whole suite. And I really love the Jolly Holly bundle as well. And I fell in love with that tractor. I live in rural West Texas, so tractors and trailers and big pickup trucks are all the thing, right? Okay, so there we go. I hope I have everything pulled out I need here, but if not, it'll be okay. We can do it. Okay, so first of all, I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo that is cut 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it down the middle. I said that wrong. No, I didn't. 4 1/4 by 11, scored down the middle at 5 1/2. Okay. Now I have a piece of basic white that I've already embossed with the soft waves. Okay. And this is going to be put right here on the front. This is 3 3/4 by 5 on the soft waves here. Okay. So I'm going to add some Seal Plus right down the middle here of my card. And I'm just going to attach that embossed panel right to the front of my card right there. Okay. Next, I want to put down a crumb cake arch. And this arch is the one that is 3 1/2 inches at the base. Okay. So this is going to go flat on top of that embossed piece. Right like that. Okay. Then I have this piece of that Flirty Flamingo DSP. It's the opposite side of the leaves. And it's going to go right across the front of my card base there. Okay. So I am going to use Seal again. Not popping everything up yet. Everything's going to get popped up in just a moment. All the other stuff. Okay, right like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my basic white baker's twine and wrap it around several times here. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I think I need a little more. You need a good enough length on this side that you'll be able to tie it in a bow. So I'm going to pull it a little bit more to the left. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And I'm going to tie it in a bow over here to the left. So cute. Okay. There we go. I love these everyday arches, you guys. I just use them all the time. In fact, I'm going to buy a second set because I'm using them constantly. I think I need another set. Okay. Well, this is going to get moved off to the side for just a moment while I work on my highlight arch here. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing to start out with that I did on the other card. I'm going to get my Coastal Cabana ink and a blender brush that already has Coastal Cabana on it. And I'm going to brush on some sky here. The top of this arch. And it needs to go about 2/3 of the way down. Okay, right like that. And then I'm going to grab my fence line, and this time I am going to add this to this arch, but I'm not going to go all the way to the top. I'm going to go about 1 inch shy of the top of my arch. So it's going to go about right here. Okay, I'll cut that excess off the bottom when I'm got them all on there. So here's another one. It's going to go right here next to it. One more fat one. So there's a fatter fence line and then the skinny cross line of the fences. Okay, here we go. Then I'm going to take my cross line, my thinner fence line, and I'm going to cut it in half, okay? And then I'm going to put 1/2 of it at the top here, right like that, and then the other half just below it like that. So you get a little more cross fence on this card than you did on the last. You know, this card is a little bit of fussiness to it, but it has an amazing wow factor to it, I think. So, okay, there we go. So I'm going to take the excess off the bottom here. Okay, right like that. Then I have 2 pieces of crumb cake that are cut 3/4 of an inch by 2 7/8 inch. And what I'm going to do with these pieces is I'm going to add some sand in crumb cake ink to the bottom edge of these pieces. Hi, Imelda. Hi, Viv. Imelda and Viv were at my in-person class of this here in Midland this week, and we just had so much fun putting these cards together. And it's always nice when you have customers that are just so sweet and so fun to spend time with. That is one of the joys I have found. If I hadn't been a demonstrator and had classes, I would have never met Vivian and Imelda, and they're awesome people. Okay, so there we go. There's my sand at the bottom there. And I am going to tear an edge off of this to make it look a little more like a sand dune. Okay, so I don't want that straight line at the top. I want a little bit of a tear there. I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. All right, then I'm going to attach the sand here across my arch, and I'm going to attach the bottom one kind of over it, but on the bottom one I only want to put glue along the bottom edge because I'm going to tuck things into that sand. Okay, so here we go. I'm adding a panel right there. And then this panel especially, I only want to add glue to the sides and the bottom because I want a little pocket there that I can add some things into. There we go. All right. If there's any excess, which there's a tiny little bit on mine, I'm going to trim that off. There we go. Okay. Next, let's put our sand dollars on there. So one of them is going to tuck kind of right underneath here, like that. Cute. And then one of them is going to tuck right on top on this right side, underneath it. Right underneath it, kind of in the center of that sand right there. Okay? I'm going to set that aside for just a second. Let's work on our other pieces here. Now, I took a piece of lemon lime twist and cut out the sunglasses, right? And I added an adhesive sheet to the back. And then for the shades, I cut out some silver foil, okay? So I added an adhesive sheet to the back of these shades, and that is going to make it very easy to attach the shade outline to the shades, okay? The lens outline. So there we go. There's our little sunglasses. How cute is that, right? Okay, so that's done. Next, the water bottle. I'm going to use those same flowers that I used last time, but this time, this is Poppy Parade. Remember, we're focusing on all the brights on this. So I'm going to pull out a Poppy Parade ink pad. And this of the little flowers I put on the scarf before, but this time I'm going to add them to my water bottle, right like that, okay? And now I have a Daffodil Delight suntan lotion bottle, and to it I'm going to add a sunshine. Right in the middle of it, a bright, shiny sun. Cute, right? And then on this arch, I'm going to do it sideways, but I want the curve to be on the left side, okay? The curve on the left. And I'm going to stamp just a note. So I can put together a kit for you guys, a make and take kit with a $50 order in my store, or I have one kit already made. It sounds like Debbie wants it, and she can buy it for $50. So however you want to do it. You don't get all the extras with an after fact craft along except for the kit that I already have made, because that's part of the craft along, is to get your kit ahead of time, get all those extras. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're almost done. Believe it or not, I'm going to take the water bottle and the suntan lotion. So you remember I made a little pocket right here. The cool thing about that is now I can tuck this right into that pocket in the sand. So it looks like it is buried in the sand. So I'm going to put a dimensional at the top of my water bottle. And then I'm going to tuck this in to this side and just press that dimensional down. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my suntan lotion. Going to add a dimensional to the back. This sure gives you all the summer vibes, doesn't it? That's what I really love about this bundle. It's just so summery and fun and beachy. Or anytime you go to the beach. A lot of people like to escape to the beach, right? In the winter time, like Jim and I did last year. Okay, and then I have my sunglasses that are going to go right here at the bottom, and I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of each of those lenses and pop them up right underneath that water bottle and that suntan lotion. A dimensional will fit behind these lenses if you're careful about how you put them on there. Okay, there we go. It's going to get popped up right there. So, so cute. Now, this whole arch is going to get popped up right here in the middle of the crumb cake arch, okay? There we go. So is anybody going to the beach this summer? Or have you already taken a trip to the beach? I went to Florida, but I went to Orlando. I didn't get a chance to go to the beach while we were there, which is sad. And then, okay, so then my just a note right here is going to get popped up right here on the top of my card. But you guys, it's going to overlap this arch. So I don't want a dimensional right under here, right? I want that to lay flat, but I want this side to pop up, and it's going to go off the card slightly. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and add my liquid glue right here to the curvy corner underneath the J on the just a note, okay? And then I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on this side, not too close to that edge, right like that. And this is going to get popped up right here. And then I'm going to cut my excess off the edge here. There we go. Just a note. So cute. Okay. Inside of my card, I have a piece of basic white. I should have one more panel. Oh, I bet I do inside my bag here. Yep. And all I did on this one is add this border right here to the bottom edge, okay? So tomorrow will be a continuation of this. I will do the other two cards. Well, I take that back. I will do the other fun fold card and the 3D bag tomorrow that has some fun things inside. So join me back here tomorrow. I'm guessing it'll be about 11 o'clock tomorrow. I will be sure to announce that on my Facebook page when I'm planning to be here. Let me cut that a little bit shorter, and then all I want to do, all that's left to do on this card is to add some dots, and I'm adding, on the struggle bus with these dots today, some white ones to mine. One right over here on my water bottle. Okay, I need to find my take your pick tool and do this the right way. Okay, I'm going to do this again. Here we go. Right over here, and then one more kind of right in the middle of those two in the sand down here. So there's card number 2. Do you guys like that one? I love this set. So, so cute. And the inside, just lots of space to write a sweet note inside. So that was card number 2. This was card number 1. And I'm going to do my third card tomorrow. And also the 3D little gifty bag tomorrow as well. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this with a little more detail here. There we go. So cute, right? So thanks for joining me today. I will see you back here tomorrow with my next two projects in this craft along. And think about joining the next craft along, which I showed you at the beginning with the Tractor and Company and the Jolly Holly. If you would like to get that kit in the mail and craft along with me at the end of July, I would love to get that in the mail for you. So show me some love, show me some likes, share me out if you have some friends that you think might enjoy these projects today, and think about ordering so that you can get your own kit in the mail this week. You can also get the PDF as well. If you want to reach out and PM me, I can get a PayPal set up for you to get the PDF only. Those are $15. So God bless everybody, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Okay? Bye-bye.